Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. I am Army Piper, and this is the show that we break down the economy, what's going on in the world. And right now, today, guys, we've got a lot of fear causing sell-off. We also got some economic data that came in right on top of it, giving us a nice setup for some downward movement. But I don't think it's going to last long. I'm going to show you guys the levels that I'm buying in. Matter of fact, I may deploy the rest of my my liquidity into what I have, into what I'm invested in already. I may deploy the rest of that cash. I do think that this might be the best opportunity to do that before we head into the rest of the bull market. But if you guys are just joining us here, welcome to the Piper Academy. This is the Piper Academy Network, and we have 4 shows on here. Markets After Dark. We have with Lunar Beach's Crypto. We have Good Morning Crypto with BC Port Corp. We have this, what you're on right now, normally co-hosted by myself and OC Guy. Today I'm by myself. And then in the evening time, we do have the Crypto Nightcap. So as many say, the best show on the network, on the entire network. That's what they say. But guys, you can see we got a little bit of green here on the daily. Looking around me here on the hourly, a lot of red, a lot of sell-off. Matter of fact, if you look over here, you can see right there above my head, everything is in the red today. The 10-year, the oil, NASDAQ, S&P, Dow Jones, all falling to the downside. Looking over at the charts, guys, we are looking at some key levels of support right there that I'm going to be looking to grab some up. I'm still in my Bitcoin long. It is still open. Let's go down through all of that data. Let's look at what happened in the economy today. Let's talk about the fears that are causing the sell-off and a whole lot more today, guys. Let's get it. Classes in session. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. As you guys know, I just told you I'm by myself today, so I do have the chat cam set up. Let's go over there and check that out. Shout out to Alexandra G, best mod in the business. Love you being here. Always, always, always. We got username in here saying Piper equals Yoda. Buy dip, I must. Wonder if gold will get a good bounce. Seeing that long range missiles were used. I could see that. We'll look at gold today. We'll look at gold. Something that I am going to do today, because I failed yesterday. I realized that at the end of the show, I said, I didn't talk about that Solana cup and handle. It's a big play, so it's a long-term thing. We'll take a look at that today too. Do not let me forget. It's, you know, hey, ADHD, it's squirrel. But yeah, shout out to username in the house with us. We got Harp in here. We got Average Crypto Joe saying, good morning, Piper and fam. Good morning to you, man. Kyle Fields, Baba Yaz is in the house with us right now. Silver Days, XRP with us. Let's see, who else? Kyle Fields, I said that name. Max H in the house. Always pleasure to have you here. Mike Play is in here. Randy is in here, my fellow Havy owner. He has a Havanese also, so we're now kin. Darren Does Things, DDT in the house with us also, guys. Let's go ahead and let's get into the news. I want to break that down, and we're going to come back and take a look at the charts, hopefully here in a little while. Alex O, Crypto drops in with us, and we'll have a full house, but let's go over and check out that news right now. Let me get this set up. I gotta get it set up. It's all me today. Normally I have, you know, OC to fill in the gaps, but we're going to be okay. He might be on in a little while, so we'll see. Let's jump into the news though. Crypto trades, FT White. Hey, FT, I saw you over there earlier on Carl of the Moon Show. So if you guys didn't catch that, FT White was over there live. So shout out to you. I didn't hear anything about Piper Academy, but that's okay. You are doing great things, sir, and that's what it's all about. I appreciate everything you do here at the Academy. So he's going to be a regular on there. So you guys need to tune in and catch him. Support FT White over there on the Moon Show. So looking here, guys, on the fear and greed, we are sitting on extreme greed, coming in at 90 right now. What else was in here that I wanted to talk about? Yeah, let's talk about this right out the gate. Let me get in here on it. There we go. It's official for the first time in history. Ukraine just used long-range U.S. missiles to strike inside that other place. You can see it right there. As a result, markets globally are moving sharply after a clear escalation of war. Here's how the markets are reacting to the initial headlines. And it says, according to the Kabisi letter, Ukraine used U.S. Army ATACMS to strike that place today.
Try not to say too much. I don't want to get algo on me from Google. You know how it goes. This just comes hour after. This comes just hour after the Biden administration authorized the use of long-range missiles to strike inside of that place. That guy that runs that place updated their doctrine for the really bad missiles, and then markets are worried. So as a result, gold prices are surging again today. There's your gold question right there that you asked, username. Today, as gold continues to serve as the global hedge, now up nearly $100 from the low last week, gold is rising even with a stronger U.S. dollar. Goldman Sachs just said that they see gold rising to $3,000 in 2025. Volatility is rising. We need to take a look at the VIX today, too. We got to look at that. So on Friday, we posted the alert. Yep, you guys get this stuff if you're in our community. We drop all this stuff for you. All the stuff they're talking about right here that they dropped, this private feed stuff, I share inside of the community. So that is part of being the upperclassman in our community. Let's go back over. Is there anything else in here? Tomorrow, guys, NVIDIA has their earnings report coming out. We'll see how that plays out for them. And then just in, guys, we were getting a pump before all of this happened this morning. It's all good, FD. I got you, bro. I got you, man. I understood. I was listening now. I came over to listen. Retro Mike Tech in the house, RMT. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF options are now live on the Bloomberg terminal. And guys, this was causing a nice little decent pump in the markets this morning. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, bam, bad things happen. So that was going on. And then we're going to talk about this. This is that Solana cup and handle from Titan to Crypto, showing that monthly. We're going to draw this on here. He's looking at a monthly chart. We're going to draw this big, massive cup and handle. And we're going to take a look at that chart and measure it all, see how his math is, right? That's what we have there. Let's jump over into the market cap. Let's give this a refresh. Yeah, we're at 3.1. We were at just under 3.2 trillion. Right now we're at 3.189. So it was much closer to 3.2 trillion this morning. Still up 0.2% in the 0.24, so about 0.25% in the past 24 hours. Volume is in the green. We like to see if this is up, we should see the volume up, right? And that's what we're seeing there. Let's go over, check out the crypto bubbles again, guys. On the daily now, we're starting to get some red in here. But if you take a look at the market cap here, Bitcoin, guys, still up 0.89% on the market cap daily, on the daily chart. Let's scroll down and see what we're seeing on here. Bitcoin sitting at $91,352, still up 0.89% on the daily. Ethereum down in the red, sitting just at above 3,100. Solana down just under about 0.15% there, underneath that 1% on the daily. Down 1.4 here on the hourly. They literally lost all of it in the last hour. There's your literally, just for you guys that like that word. BNB is down 1%, sitting at $613. Dogecoin up 6.9% on the daily, guys. I think that when Bitcoin gets its big next breakout, Dogecoin is going to rally right behind it, so keep an eye on that. Cardano down about 1% on the daily, sitting at 72.8 cents, continuing to maintain that top 10 position that it has earned. Well-deserved earning there. So Toncoin up 0.33, Shiba Inu 1.3. Any big movers in here, though? Leo Token's moved up 2 spots to number 19 in the top 20 now, guys, up 4.9%. May have to take a look at that. Stellar Lumen's losing a lot of their gains that it made. Of course, it is still up 89.5% on the weekly, but losing 7% on the daily there. Hedera HBAR, guys, up 13.7%, still doing quite well. Yeah, I guess that takes us to the top 30 here. Top 30 rounding out with Bonk moving up 4 positions, up 4.9% on the daily. Bonk making those moves. Oh, wait, here. Polygon. This is for you, Retro Mike. Polygon up 2.5%, moving 2 positions up to number 34. Let's jump into this economic data and talk about this that came out this morning, because it's not all just just the conflict scare that's caused the sell-off, guys. We actually had some bad data this morning. Trump named Elizabeth Warren as the SEC Treasury. Lies, Dusty Hunt. You are full of it. What else am I missing in here? Let's see. I'm watching the news and I'm not seeing any report on any attack. Well, I'm on CNBC News and they're talking about it all over the place. This is the morning finance show. So when the markets dump, they usually say why. So that's what it is. We got an article for it too. Don't worry.
Let's get into this stuff here. We had building permits, guys. Remember, this was at 4.25 million. It was at 1.43 million for consensus, 1.46 million for the forecast. Came in below it, missed consensus and the forecast, 1.41 below the previous. So building permits slowing down. Building permits month over month was negative 3.1%. They thought it was going to be up 2.5%. It actually came in below another 0.6% down. So building permits month over month lower this month than the previous month. You don't take away my Fallout 4 trading. I love you, man. Housing starts here, 1.311 million housing starts. They did revise this previous one. It was, I don't remember what it was at. They never tell you. It fell by 3.1% though to 1.311 million compared to a downwardly revised. So they revised it downward for housing starts. So last month's number they put out wasn't that high, and below the forecast of 1.33 million as construction activity fell sharply in the south due to hurricanes. That makes total sense, guys. So housing starts did slow down, just missing this consensus here. But that's because of they had, more cleanup than they did construction going on with all the hurricanes. So it makes total sense there. Housing starts month over month, missed big time. They thought it would be down 0.2%. It's down 3.1%. Was this a revision blamed on hurricanes too? Let's see here. Probably so, because the other one was, but seasonally adjusted annualized rate. Yeah. Downwardly revised 1.9 fell in September. So, this, I would say if this housing starts was due to the hurricanes, this one likely was too. And then the red book year over year actually getting an increase. Let's jump in on this. And let's go look at the red book. The Johnson Red Book Index is a sales weighted of year over year same store sales growth. So this is the same store, not new stores opening up. Like this business has been here this year, it's here this year, it's this year. Is this store growing in business is what the red book is. And guys, it's showing, yes, that it is 5.1%. So showing some strength in retail today. But these other ones, with an excuse, they get a buy on this, in my opinion. They were showing weak numbers for housing building, house building, home construction. That's the word. Line, please. But we did have a hurricane, so a lot of that would slow down. That makes total sense in the South. Okay, let's jump over here and take a look. Let's give it a refresh and see how we're looking here. This is going to be, so the VIX is up. We talk about this all the time. The VIX right here is your key indicator to watch. It's right there. That is your key indicator to watch on the strength of the markets, the volatility index, and it is up. Piper, does housing include new builds only or also rebuilds, structural remodel? These are new builds, RMT, like new home builds. So things that they had to get construction permits for. You don't typically need a construction permit if you're just going to do a remodel stuff like that. You just got to get a remodel permit. It's coding for code, right? But permit to build has to do with zoning and all that stuff too. So that's what they track. Russell 2K, guys, it's bouncing back already, but the NASDAQ, the S&P, and the Dow Jones just shows permits for new builds. Exactly, Buck. Dow Jones, S&P, and NASDAQ all still in the red. The Dow Jones down 0.77% this morning, 0.39% on the S&P, and then down 0.11 on the NASDAQ. I do think we're going to see a turnaround on this, but you see here, Dow drops more than 300 points on UK-Russia tensions. So right there is that news. Matter of fact, let's click it, see what it says. Live update. So yeah, you can see the Dow Jones dropping here. Markets began overnight after Russian President Vladimir Putin warned the U.S. that the threshold for use of nuclear weapons had been lowered. A new stance coming from President Joe Biden allowed Ukraine to use U.S. weapons to strike inside Russia. So that's why we're seeing the market sell off there. Traders turn risk adverse amid escalating geopolitical tensions driving pre-market losses for U.S. equities. There's another article on that. I think we've beaten that drum good enough. And then this one here, we talked about this at the beginning on the X marks the spot here, guys. Bitcoin USD jumps as BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF readies to start options trading. And so we had a good pump going on, and we'll look at that chart in just a second. But that is what we have there. We're not going to talk about that yet, but we are sitting at some key areas of heat map there. We'll get into that in a moment. Let's jump back over. Let's check out the chat and see what everybody's in here saying. Crypto Chef, welcome. Buck, welcome. Yeah, Buck said remodels are only tracked at the local level. Exactly. So username, home sales is always for, yeah, home builds is always for new homes. Correct. Who else we got in here? Username, Harp, I know who will win the cup. Just follow me. Okay. He's talking about some sports stuff. Mike plays in here with hashtag with the dollar dog. That is a rune play on Bitcoin, if you guys don't know. Whole melting faces. There you go, bro. You've been calling that for a while. So shout out to you on that, RMT. You're pretty good at calling those things. Although your one Caspa that you bought, it's doing good. I'm just saying. Sell off higher. Yeah, so I do want to talk about that, guys. Look, here's the thing with geopolitical tensions. We, not we the people, the president of the United States gave permission to Ukraine to use these long range missiles. They have not been able to reach out and touch somebody that far into Russia until they approve that. Okay. Odd time to do it. When you're on your way out, you're pretty much the lame duck president, and you're going to make a decision like that impacts geopolitical. Questionable in my book, but good old legendary aviation coffee, guys. That one's really good. But yeah, he did that anyway. He did it. So now we've got this situation where the Ukraine did that, and of course, the president over there, Putin, he's going to have to come back and have a comment about it, right? He's got to make a statement. And so it's rhetoric. It's a lot of rhetoric. I don't personally think that they should have approved that. As a lame duck president, you shouldn't be making those kinds of decisions. But I do think that the response back is rhetoric, and people tend to forget very quickly. If you remember right, we had a pandemic in 2020. You guys may remember that. I don't know if you do or not. Sarcasm. But we recovered very quickly. 9/11, we recovered pretty quickly, right? So we do tend to forget things very easily. I am not looking for a very far pullback on this, but I do think that if we do get a big enough pullback, and I'm talking like 10%, guys, I'm not talking anything crazy. I don't think that we break some key levels. I'm going to show you here in a minute on the chart, but I think that a pullback will be an amazing opportunity to pick up anything that you haven't done so yet, because as we know, Bitcoin pulls back, the alts tend to pull back a little bit more. We saw that on the market, on the daily market cap. Bubbles, because Bitcoin's still in the green. A lot of other stuff is red. So let's go ahead and let me get this set up for that. Let me go make sure one thing. I just want to look for one thing. Yep, cup. Yep, the cup and handle. We got to talk about that today too. Okay. Yeah, we're already recovering, guys. Already. Look, I told you, and I don't even think we're going to get that big of a pullback. Let's jump over to the chart and let's check this out. So we had this the sell-off this morning. I'm looking at 1 hour candles. You can see we came up. So yesterday we talked about $93,000 on that heat map, right? Let's go to that. Let's pull up the heat map. We talked about that $93,000 level yesterday. What did I just do, sir? Okay, there we go. Perfect. We talked about that $93,000 level yesterday, and I said I think we're going to go up to that, and then we might see a little bit of pullback. And so, jumping over to the chart, what did we do yesterday? Let's put this on the 4 hour. We were here yesterday. Yep, we were pulling back down. Yeah, right there. Monday, 09. We were pulling down. We came down to a pretty decent level. We hit about 89.7. By the way, shout out to Alex O Crypto, because he was on a call yesterday going over some stuff on a meeting that we had to do. And he called 89.7 for a long on Bitcoin. It was right there. And then we came up and we reached all the way up into, actually, it's this candle here. We reached all the way up to that $93,000 range, just underneath it, and then pulled back down, bounced at Alex O crypto's level, and then up right now. This morning, we came in and we touched this liquidity zone. It's a very hot liquidity zone here, guys. You can see how red it is. A lot of bearish sell out there. The CBD is getting a bullish divergence, meaning that there's a lot of shorts opening while price is still going up. So I do think that we do have a squeeze coming that's going to wreck a lot of people. But looking at this on the hourly, that news coming in this morning, we did get a pullback, came down as low as about 91,000, and now we're starting to push back up again already. Let's go over and look at that heat map and see what it's telling us here, because we do have levels all the way up to 93.3 right now. And what's interesting about this chart is that every time that the price goes up and cleans out liquidity and it comes back down, new short liquidity keeps opening higher and higher, guys. And so that's what they were. That's what Bitcoin Hyper was talking about. Was that the shorts keep opening and they keep getting cleaned out. It pulls back. They make a little bit of money. If they're scalping, sure. But if they're scalping for any decent amount of money, they're probably using higher leverage or a lot of margin. And the price isn't going down really that far to give them any money. And then it comes right back and it goes higher again. So I would say a lot of shorts keep getting wrecked. Let me jump over and just check the liquidations and we'll see what's happening. That's open interest there. Yep, open interest. Okay. Yeah, I want to go look at the liquidation count here. There we go. Yeah, another $300 million in the past 24 hours. And you can see if we look at Bitcoin, this has been a lot of longs liquidated on that pullback this morning. But let's put it on the 24-hour and let's see there. Yeah, 37 million in longs, 33 million in shorts. So we're not seeing a huge amount of one way or the other liquidations, but a lot of shorts keep getting liquidations going on off of that short mentality. People keep wanting to short the very top. Piper doesn't know what to do with his hands. I don't know what to do with what? I don't know what to do with my hands. But yeah, that's what we're seeing there. Let's jump over and let's see what's going on. I want to check out the oscillators and stuff here on the higher time frames. Yeah, I mean, it's bullish structure, guys. We do have this zone here. I think 93.3 was what that thing said. That would be the top zone here of this liquidation block from Chart Prime. Let's go in and turn on some other indicators here. Yeah, we'll go to 4-hour. There we go. Turn that on. 3D trend is still looking strong for us right here. We do have a, let me get rid of, I got lines everywhere. We do have the 3D trend. I want to point something out on this, guys. This is very interesting. We keep getting the uptrend, and you can see this very clearly on the hour because we keep coming back to test the 3D trend. I did confirm yesterday. Hey, Falco, what's up, bro? Trade Intuition, what's up, my guy? I did confirm yesterday that the 3D trend will be coming to Chart Prime Plus. So it is in development. But you can see we came back into the cloud here, very low in it, into the cloud, and we keep going up. The thing that I keep watching on this 3D trend, guys, is this right here. You see how we keep this, the line, the base line of this, the floor, if you will, continues to move upwards. As long as that continues to happen, I'm going to stay bullish on Bitcoin right now, and especially on the 4-hour. We can see we had a little pullback here, but look, we caught some key level here on the 786, nice liquidity block there, and then bam, right back up in it goes, and we continue on, starting this entire trend again. It's pointing upwards right now. I do think we're going to see another upwards move. If we do come back on the 4-hour, guys, I'm watching like worst case scenario, like $83,000. So I think this news today, unless something crazy kicks off, then I don't see that we're going to have too much. Alex O crypto in the house, man. I'm doing a show today by myself, Alex O. It's okay though. Let's jump over here and check the chat. I do see that we could have a little bit of pullback unless something insane happens where, you know, hey, massive retaliation, which I don't don't think it's a thing. Nobody really wants that right now. We don't want that. They don't want that. Love the 3D trend. FD White said, like button activated. Yeah, if you guys have not smacked that like button yet, go ahead and hit that thing. Put some hot tour on that like button. I'd appreciate it very much so, and love you all very much. Alex O, bro. I'm doing the Alex O show today. I'm all by myself. Got my chat up. What I want to be when I grow up, Alex O Crypto. I want to be much shorter and much smarter and better looking. So there you go. Crypto trades in the house. 3D trend is coming. Yep, it sure is. Who else we got in here? T.I. Joe is in the house. Lunar Beaches, the host of Markets After Dark. He's in the house with us. And then Marky Mark in the Funky Dutch. We got him in here with us too. Aaron Insidia, CME gap, 77K. We talked about that yesterday. We'll take a look at that right after this. That's absolutely. Jesse's in the house. How you doing, Jesse? And then no sexy spaghetti. No sexy spaghetti today. Always here if you want help. I know. I appreciate it, Alex. You do so much already, man. I hate to bother you for other stuff. So yeah, let's go look at that CME gap, that request that someone was talking about. Wasn't really a request, I guess, but yeah, let's go look at that. We talked about that. That is sitting right here. It is $77,000 on the downside of this, guys, for the CME gap. I actually, here's what I think. I don't think that this gets closed in the bull cycle. I think we come back and we close this when we're finding our floor in the next crypto winter. Just, I could be wrong, could be right. You never know. But I think that if we broke this, we would have a much different scenario going on in the overall markets. And then we would, of course, have to flip and go, okay, something is broken in the economy or something has happened. Same with you, FD. You work too much. I think Piper loves Alex more than his own wife. Actually, funny you say that. We're going to Vegas, all of us, in May for Bitcoin Conference 2024. And Alex and his wife are going to be there. And Alex and we're going to send the Amy's off together with Baby Otter. And then him and I are going to hang out. So, because, if I'm going to Vegas, I want to hang out with Alex of Crypto. That's what you do in Vegas. You party it up in Vegas with your friends. So yeah, looking forward to that. I think that if something does happen that brings us down to 77K, we've got something that has shifted in the economy, or, like, hey, look, recessionary evidence is becoming more prominent, or we did have retaliation. And at that point, you have to take in your new data and start your analytical cycle over. And then from there, yeah, then we could be closing it. But if nothing changes, it's status quo, remains the same, and the election bull run continues on, then I do think that we have a continuation of upside, in 77K probably doesn't get seen until winter. Because if you think about it, let's just go here and take a look at this. Let's put this on the daily, and let's say that we do get into, the candle, the price ranges here that we've talked about, up to like 150K. Okay. Where are we at? 150. We'll go 150. 150. We get up there. Okay. Obviously, it's pullbacks all the way, right? But if we look at this and we go from that level back down to that's a 50% retracement. It's not even that. 48%. 48% retracement on an asset that typically does 70% plus, during the crypto winter. So if the 4-year cycle maintains its structure, I do see the 77 getting closed, but I don't think it's for a while. So GDP, that could be another one too, that really flips us around. You're talking about Green Day Profits. That GDP can flip us around too. Green Day Profits knows. He's going to be there in Vegas with us. Awesome. FD White's going to be there. Lunar Beaches, are you and BC Port Corp both going to be able to go to the conference? Let me know in the chat. The Bitcoin conference. But yeah, looking at Bitcoin dominant, Bitcoin CME gap, yeah, $77,000 is in play. Let's go look at the Dixie. Dixie getting a little bit of a pullback here on the daily, a little pump actually on the daily. Get off the daily. Yeah, we had a little bit of a pump this morning here, and now we had a pullback, and now it's starting to close off too. Guys, I think we're going to turn this market around pretty quickly. I'm probably going to pick up more MicroStrategy stock in the morning because that's what you do when you get a retracement. Yeah, 48% retracement, dude. That Jesse, that's typical in a crypto winter. I actually think that's probably more in line than the 70% that we typically see because of the fact that we do have institutional buy-in and they don't tend to sell off as much as retail does. So Trent Brock's going to be there. Guys, we'll have to do a get together or something where we're in Vegas for the entire alumni. We'll have to like pick a spot. Hey, Buck, Buck, you are the action officer. Do you know what that means? You are the action officer. We're putting you in charge of finding a get together spot in Vegas for the alumni. Action officer, you've been handed the reins on that. So I'm sure you will do a fantastic job. Yeah, looking at MicroStrategies today, guys. MicroStrategies, despite Bitcoin sell-off, guys, MicroStrategies is continuing to set new highs again. And of course, if they're doing that, so is the MSTX. This is a 2x long on MicroStrategy stock. It's an ETF. MSTX is the ticker. It is up 5.89% today versus MicroStrategy's 2.79. So doing quite well. I don't think that he should have made that decision. So Arsan said, let's go back over here to the solo chat cam because a lot of questions coming in today and stuff, and we'll just keep going back and forth. We're going to play it cool. Arsan said, Biden just opened a can of worms. Should Ukraine continue using USA weapons? They're going to continue to use our weapons. That's hands down. They've been using our weapons the whole time. This is just the first time they had long range missiles from the US. But I don't think that Biden should have approved that as a lame duck president. It's just my stance. Like, dude, you're on your way out. You're on your way out. So I don't understand why you had to make that decision now. You couldn't have made it this entire almost 4 years that you've been in the seat. It's questionable at best. Yeah, let's jump back over to the chart. CleanSpark getting a massive pullback here. Back to its golden pocket, guys. This might be a decent area to look at CleanSpark here. It is back in the golden pocket. Of course, if I really wanted to pick up CleanSpark again, I'd be looking down here at 848 to 1033 in the platinum pocket. You can see that range there, how it plays out beautifully. So let's see here. What else do we got? Solana. All right, let's talk about Solana here because this was what was supposed to talk about yesterday, and I totally failed you guys. I'm a failure. I apologize. Let's go over here. Let's get rid of these horizontal lines. Let's get rid of the rectangles. Let's hide the fib retracement fixed range. Let's get rid of that. Another fixed range. Yeah, we'll just turn everything off here. And we're going to do this fresh. This is an entire cup and handle that they're showing on the daily. So let's bring it into play here. No, he was on a monthly. My bad. Monthly chart. Okay, maybe a weekly chart. Why do I have such little data? There we go. Okay, so yeah, you can see the cup and handle here. Let me get my my arc. We're going to run that over to here. We're going to pull that down. There's your cup and handle. Okay. And then we have the, oh, well, there's your cup, I should say. And then there's your handle. Okay. And it comes right down to here. There's your handle. That line, running that across what he was showing on his chart, shows this breakout that happened here 2 days ago. Okay. So there's that. Let's go in. Let's do a measurement on this. Man, I can make this bigger for you guys. I don't know why it's so small for you. Sorry. There we go. Let's go in and put this in here. And then let's move this over to the breakout and let's see what that puts it at. Yeah, that's a $400 Solana right there, guys, on this massive cup and handle. So right now, from the breakout point to where we are now is about a 31% move. Remaining to run on this target, guys, is a move of 68% still left to go. So not a bad move. And that's what we were talking about yesterday on the thumbnail. Shout out to Titan of Crypto sharing that chart. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that in. I didn't bring it up and show you guys this amazing cup and handle that it was showing us here. But now that we got all that done, let's get in and let's talk about some TA on Solana. Don't have the Soul Train here coming in with me. So, shout out to TradeFly. But let's go take a look here. We got a fixed range, fib retracement. Nope, don't want that one. We can get rid of that. How about you? Nope, we can get rid of that. It's a good time to clean up your charts, guys. Yeah, we got above this fixed range volume profile, and right now, I really need to go back on here. Let's pull up a longer range chart for Solana. Let's do that. That's the market cap, Solana, crypto. Let's go back and look at Binance. I think Binance is going to be a good one to look at here because I want to run the entire period from its last all-time high to now just to see which would be the top of the cup and handle, where we are with fixed range volume profile for value area high and low. So let's run this from the beginning to current and see where we are with this. Yeah, value area high is all the way down at 104, and we've left that far behind. If we run this back to here and see how much is in there. No, guys, we've left the entire fixed range volume profile behind. I actually think now we can do this. Let's go and do a fib. Let's do a trend-based fib. We're going to go from high to low. Oh, wait, no, we need to go low to high to low. Let's do that. Get that in there. Got to get this history here. Get that history. Got to get that history. There we go. It's going to be this low here, up to that high, down to this low. Is that the bottom? I think that's the bottom. Go look. Yep, that's the bottom. Okay, so yeah, we're at the platinum pocket right now. You can see all the play that we did here. Of course, we got to put this. No, there we go. Put it on the logarithmic. Learned that from Magic Internet Money. Man's a genius. Always listen to him. We do have this level here. We got beautiful support on the 50%. We are coming in on the golden pocket right now. That $400 level, guys, that would be just a shot outside of the platinum of the golden pocket because the top of the golden pocket's coming in at 307. So we take this off. $400 on here would be in the phase one golden pocket range. So about 427 bucks there on the phase one. That's the 1.618 there coming in on that golden pocket. So yeah, Solana looking pretty good. Let's jump back over to the chat here. Alexandra, you going to make it to Vegas? That's a great question. Alexandra G, if you can make it to Vegas, that would be so awesome. My wife and I will hunt you down to take you to dinner, and you can't deny dinner. It's friends having dinner. That's all it is. We'll go to my wife's favorite spot right on the strip. It's across from the fountains there, and you can. They have the most amazing chocolate martini in the world. My wife loves that thing. Let's see here. Heart, yuck, night fans, football, trade intuition, fire, fire, fire. That's what I told her last night. Don't know what you're referencing. Hit the like. That's right. Hit that like. Smash that like, guys. Smash it. Moho, good afternoon to you. Trent Brock, good morning. Okay. Caught up on the chat. Cool. Let's go and take a look at some of the other things that I'm keeping an eye on here, guys. Besides Solana, let's jump back over here. So we're looking at gold. Let's go take a look at gold. Gold's doing pretty decent. Mr. Gold. There we go. We are back. We're moving back up here. Looking at the 4-hour here, you can see we printed here. Right there is where we printed sell-off, okay? And that was at 27.16. It went all the way down to 25.42, and now we are coming back up for a retest on the cloud. This is a critical moment right now because typically what happens with price action is it comes back up into the 3D cloud and then comes back down. You can see here on the oscillator 4-hour, we are starting to print that pink ribbon. Last time we did that, started the sell-off here, did it here again after a little pump up to the zero line, rejection, back down, did another sell off, started to come back up, back to the zero line, sell off. Guys, I do think we could see this start to sell off here
or if we start to flag and consolidate here, then we might be setting up for another move to the upside. But as it says, hey, the markets are a little uncertain right now. It hasn't turned red yet. I think we're okay. It's right there. It's the one I'm talking about. You can see we did turn red. So after it started to pump back up, which typically means that you're going to get a rejection somewhere on resistance. And that right now, it looks like it is the 3D trend cloud that is giving us that indication. Let's check it on some higher time frames once I get rid of the Mexican spaghetti. Even though OC's not here, he's here in charting. Yeah, looking at this one here, we do have, again, we flipped it into a pink here. We got a negative sell-off cloud here on the 3D trend, but it does look like on the daily. Daily's telling a different story. This is why we do top-down analysis, guys. Short freeze is probably the stripping story. Did I freeze? Did I freeze? I'm sorry. I don't know if I froze. I don't know what you're talking about, man. But yeah, we do have a uptrend here. We are in a transition. So this looks like money flow is starting to come back up. I think we are going to, on the 4 hour, I do think we're going to break back into that cloud, guys, and get back above it, right above that dynamic reactor. And then this will go back into play, because typically when this is red like this and flat, it doesn't necessarily have to be a continuation of that sell-off. So because when you look at the daily is setting up beautifully right now. Money flows coming back in and everything. So is that true? Yeah, true 7's pretty low, and then volume looks pretty decent back there. Besides Bitcoin. So I basically got leveraged exposure to Bitcoin through MicroStrategy stock. If you guys don't understand that, what I mean by that I got leveraged exposure of Bitcoin without having the risk of leverage, it is this here. Let me pull over and show you this quick little tool here, because someone said on X yesterday, they said, why would you buy MicroStrategy stock? This is the question they asked. Why would you buy MicroStrategy stock if they are selling their shares and buying raw Bitcoin? And I said, because you don't understand why MicroStrategy sells their shares and buys Bitcoin. It's not about the Bitcoin per se, guys. It is about, well, actually it is. It's a cycle. Here's what it is. It's about the end value of Bitcoin. To buy that Bitcoin that they think is going to go up parabolically, they need money to buy it. In order to get money to buy it, they leverage that Bitcoin through their company to increase earnings and profit so that they can take those profits to buy more Bitcoin. That it's a cycle. That's what they're doing. And I lost my ticker. Ticker come back. Get back on there. There you go. So that's what they're doing there. So if you look at this chart here, they buy Bitcoin. Can I blow this up there? Oh yeah, hell yeah, I can. Let's go. Let's blow it up. So they buy the Bitcoin here, right? They buy it, capital preservation, productivity. It goes over into this lineup of securities: high volatility, high leverage on top, down to the lowest. MicroStrategy fixed, okay, which is not yet available. MicroStrategy dividends, MicroStrategy conversion, spot Bitcoin ETFs, 1x, 1.5x MicroStrategy equities, 3x MicroStrategy X and MSTU, which are the longs and the shorts of MicroStrategy, and then MicroStrategy options calls 5 to 10x. They take that money and they move it right back into Bitcoin. So that is why you buy MicroStrategies, because it is like plain leveraged Bitcoin without the risk of playing leverage. Okay. And so when you take a look at, I want to go over to my chart here. I've got this one that has a great layout. Book charts, I believe it's called. Let's go over here and take a look. Please wait while this loads. No, what? No, sir. What are you? Why are you even on here? Oh, that's my recession chart. Okay, got it. It's side by side. Thank you. Ah, there we go. This is the one. All right, so let's go down and look at Bitcoin. I want the bitty boy. I think I want Bitstamp on this. Bitstamp Bitcoin. There we go. All right, so this is the one. So let's set these on auto. So there we go. So you can see here, looking at that's Clean Spark. I need MicroStrategies. Just look at this. So the first cycle, people still didn't understand. They didn't understand what MicroStrategy was doing. Okay, so the first cycle here, but that they were really around. I mean, they've been around longer than that. But if you look at what they've done in the previous cycles here, this move, I need price range. Because I'm going to do this one. I had never done the first one either. I just did the last two. So price range, here we go. From the bottom here to its top, 173%, okay, on MicroStrategies, okay, versus Bitcoin's 12,800. The second cycle, though, what happens here? 1,248% for MicroStrategy versus Bitcoin's 2,100%, okay? Close that gap big time. Go over to this most recent cycle here, guys, and just look at Bitcoin from its bottom to its current top, its current high level, 503%. Okay. Let's do the same thing over here on MicroStrategies. And remember, this is what I showed back in January of this year of why you should be in MicroStrategies, not just Bitcoin. January 2024, I did my big move on this. So I just buy when Piper says buy. If you don't know when it says it, it is simple. Either look for the twinkle in his eye or when he says not financial advice. That is true, username. I do that a lot. Look here, guys. Bitcoin to date from its bottom, 503%. MicroStrategies, 2,986%. I sold one whole Bitcoin in January, put it all into MicroStrategies, and I have continued to add to that position. I've even moved some of that money into MSTX, which is 2x leverage on that move. And yeah, it greatly outperformed my Bitcoin. So that is the play, and that is why you get into MicroStrategies. If you are sitting there in the X world, and you are talking about why would you buy MicroStrategies if they're selling their stock to buy Bitcoin, that should tell you what to buy, then you don't understand the genius of Michael Saylor, and it's that simple. So put a 1 in the chat if you guys think Michael Saylor has it figured out, or is he just an absolute insane degen? If you think he's a degen, put a 2. If you think he's a genius, put a 1. If you think he's an insane genius degen, then put a 3. Because that is possible too, right? Dude, you're so crazy. You might just be brilliant. Yeah, let's see here. Oh, we got wifey in the house. What's up, 2Dub in the house? I love 2Dub. I love it when the Wicks join us here. Randy, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. BC Port Corp. Hey, we asked the question earlier about you and LBC if you're going to the Bitcoin conference for sure or not. If you know, let me know in the chat. Yeah, it's worked 60% of the time, every time. Was that financial advice or not? That was not financial advice. I am not telling people to go buy MicroStrategies at the top, but I'm saying if you think Bitcoin's still going higher, which I do, I would still be buying MicroStrategies, which I am. So there you go. 1, 1, 1, 3. He's both. Okay. Nobody thinks he's just a crazy degen. You guys do believe in what he's doing. So that's awesome. And I do too. Awesome stuff. Thanks for all you do. Any thoughts on XRP and HBAR? Look, I had a bunch of HBAR back in the day, a bunch. I sold it. I had a bunch of XRP back in the day. I sold it. I had no foresight at all that there was going to be this whole, if you're a US based crypto, we think you should be tax-free thing occur, right? And so, yeah, I'm very bullish on them both now. The pick, I picked the wrong horse. At Arsan, I had Clean Spark. I rode it pretty much to the top and sold it and moved it into MicroStrategies. I picked Marathon Digital, Clean Spark, and MicroStrategies were my 3 big plays when I moved into the stocks. I am completely out of Marathon and Clean Spark, pretty much sold near the top. Eric Wallen sold before I did. Man, that's a genius. But yeah, then I went into MicroStrategy with it. This is why you diversify. You got to diversify. You got to spread them out. Don't put all your money on one horse. How about that? There you go.
But yes, for HBAR and XRP, I think they're going to do quite well, especially if we start to see regulation get written that, hey, these cryptos should be tax-free. Guys, if that happens, I think the one for Bitcoin is right around the corner, and here's why. If you want tokens, if you want crypto to be used for its utility purpose, which is to move money, right? To be used in place of money. Hey, I'm going to send you this money. I'm going to buy this token. I'm going to send you that token. You sell that token. Well, what happens if you, in that time period, it goes up, 5%, 10% in a day while you're at, hey, yeah, cool, you sent it. I'll get to it later. You go to Walmart doing some grocery shopping. Somebody said something crazy, popped off 5%. Now you got to pay capital gains on a 5% gain for money. And that's the idea behind these US-based cryptos. That's why I say these US-based cryptos not being taxed. And that's why I say that Bitcoin is not a cryptocurrency. It's not. Absolutely not. Because no one is going to use a currency as a currency if they have to pay a capital gains tax every time they spend it. On top of spending it and paying tax on whatever you're buying, it doesn't make any sense. And I think that if they continue and we see regulation fall into place where those US based ADA, Cardano, HBAR, the XRPs, the XLMs of the world, where they don't get taxed anymore, I see right around the corner that happening with Bitcoin also. And it's just my opinion, just one man's humbling opinion there. RS Miller 747 in house saying hello. Shout out to you, man. I noticed HBAR and XRP are lumped together a lot these days. Yeah, it's because of the US based. They're US based. Trump said he doesn't think that US based crypto should be taxed. So a lot of people are just, they went, hey, what's that list? Oh, well, look, it's ADA, it's XRP, it's so on and so forth. So, yeah, that's what we're seeing there. That's why I sold all mine almost near the top on my miners, not getting back into them anytime soon. Nice return on them. Yeah, absolutely. Someone get Retro Mike. What's a US based coin you can mine? So RMT. What is a US based coin that you can mine? Can you give us that answer in the chat there, Retro Mike? That is a question from Buck. So, guys, I think that's about all I have time for today. I don't have my filler over here. I got a lot of stuff to do. My dog's groomer's coming today, so if you know, you know. I'm probably am going to be going live this afternoon. Tonight. That's what I need to tell you. Let me go over here. I'll pull this up and then we'll talk about it. Because tonight, 5 o'clock, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be live. Let me go to my notifications here. Let me find where Alexandra G liked it, because that's what she does. She likes all of my posts. I love you, Alexandra G. If you guys love Alexandra G, put a heart in the chat. Do that. Do that. Put a heart in the chat. That's what you do. So right here, guys, this is the thing that I was talking about. This is tonight. Crypto coin mindset. There we go. Wall Street calls us retail investors and dumb money. These major institutions have controlled the game of money forever, and honestly, we almost never get a chance to get a leg up on them. But the fact is, the greatest transfer of wealth in our lifetime is upon us. When you hear that, you're probably thinking, how can you take advantage of this opportunity? Do you need a lot of money to invest? Tonight, oh, this is not tonight. This is not tonight. I lied. It's tomorrow night. Wednesday at 7 p.m. I'll be hosting a retail roundtable. I will be there as a guest. So not tonight, tomorrow night. Disregard. I thought I had this today. See, I don't even have my own schedule. Alexandra, I need somebody to keep a schedule for me too. Can you clone yourself and send her out here? That would be great. Okay, so tomorrow, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Make sure you guys tune into that. It's going to be pretty good. Yeah, that's what we got. That's what we got. So I will be. Oh, Jesus. I need a co-host. I need a partner on the channel. I need someone to help me keep my schedule straight here. Jesus, Lord, help me. All right, guys, that's what we have time for today. Join us on Wednesday for that. I will be live this afternoon for Trade Academy. And then tonight, we're going to have, 2 shows still on tonight, 3 shows today. Trade Academy. This evening, we're going to have Crypto Nightcap. And then tonight, at the end of the night, we do have Markets After Dark, Lunar Beaches. And then back here tomorrow morning, BC Port Corp with Good Morning Crypto. And then I'll be right here, hopefully with the co-host, going crazy, Crypto Pollo. I'll join you. Dude, we should do that. I need all of you guys' contact info so that I can quickly send you links when I have these days. That's what I need to do. But yeah, we'll be back here tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, watch for these markets to turn around. I really do think that we're going to see this today. We're already closing back in here on, like NASDAQ's only down 0.1%, 0.4% on the S&P, 0.8% on the Dow Jones. The VIX is up, but I do see that we're going to get a quick turnaround tomorrow. Markets will probably be quite pumpy. So we'll have to wait and see. So guys, until then, I appreciate you all being here. You guys are awesome. Shout out to everybody that joined us on the show today. If you haven't done so, please smash that like button on the way out. It helps the algo. And if you thought you got anything of value out of today, then share it with a friend because sharing is caring, guys. We'll be back here tomorrow morning, bringing you guys the news, the charts, the markets, the economy, and everything you need to have knowledge because knowledge is profit. Until then, guys, trade safe. And as always, use a stop loss.
I don't know what they keep telling me. I don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling out the wheels fall low. I know you hungry for knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. Trade flag at the soul, train ready. What a line from OCI, from a Mexican spaghetti. Yo, crunch crypto with a deep dive to project dime. And if you like the visual powered by Chart Prime, then you will part of that alumni, that's all spine. But if you have, step fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling out the wheels fall low. Sound off.
To get with them, the ZTS rhythm. Rip it, Alexandra.
Yeah, that's my alumni, you know what I mean.
We're heading to the frat house, guys. Go drop those graduation caps in Randy Hipper's show. See you guys there.
That was awesome, dude.